I would now like to demonstrate text wrapping. Text wrapping determines what happens if your text does not fit into a cell. So you notice in column A, I have expense called rail transportation. It's quite long. And A16 says the difference between income and expense. And again, that text is quite long. So column A is quite wide. But I don't like to have it that wide because my spreadsheet is spread out too far. So I'd like to narrow it. So I'm going to take my mouse and go between A and B, get the arrows going in both directions, hold my left mouse down, and drag it across to make that column narrower. But what happens then is the cell that has A11 has rail transportation has been cut off, so you can't see the whole thing. You not quite read it, and the cell that says difference between income and expense has been cut off, so you're losing some of your information, and you don't want to do that. So one of the things you can do then is you can highlight the cells. I'm going to take A1 all the way down to A18, and those are the cells that I want to apply my formatting to. Then I'm going to take my left mouse click and say Format. I'm going to go down and say Text Wrapping. Now text wrapping is now set at overflow, and that's the default, but I want to wrap that text. So I'm going to click on Wrap, and what you'll see then is that the rail transportation has now been wrapped down around into two lines, so it fits into that column, and you can read everything. And the difference between income and expense has been wrapped around to make it quite a bit higher, three lines within the cell, and so you can read the whole text. So that's what text wrapping does. If I click on cell A18 here, where it says difference between income and expense, and I go up here to format, and I drop down menu, and I go down to text wrapping, I'm going to want that one to overflow. I'm going to let that one overflow. And what happens then is it comes out and overflows, but I can read the whole cell on just the one line. So you have three options. You can, when you do the format, text wrapping, the default is overflow, and so it'll be set up as overflow. You can wrap your text around, and I'll show you a clip now. If I click on click, you'll see that difference between income and expense, the text has just been clipped off. So depending on what you want to do to get your data to fit into a cell, you have those three options: format option, drop down, text wrapping, overflow, wrap, or clip.